Hello and welcome to today's almost daily devotion. We're in Ecclesiastes chapter 7. We're going to start with the 23rd verse. And it goes like this. I tested all of this by wisdom. I thought, I will be wise, but it eluded me. All that happens is elusive and utterly unfathomable. Who can grasp it? I turned my mind to know, to investigate, and to seek wisdom, along with an account of things. To know that wickedness is foolishness and folly is madness. I found one woman more bitter than death. She who is a trap, her heart a snare, her hands shackles. Anyone who pleases God escapes her, but a sinner is trapped by her. See, this is what I found, says the teacher, examining one matter after another to account for things. But there's something that I constantly searched for but couldn't find. I found one man among 1,000, but I couldn't find a woman among any of these. So this alone I found. God made human beings straightforward, but they search for many complications. The elusive wisdom. How it is true, I think, that we wish to be wise above almost every other thing, because we feel like, or I feel like, if I was just wise, then I would know the answer to my problems. I would know the solution. I would know the right thing to do. All I need is a little bit of wisdom. And it's a comforting thought. It is. It's a comforting way to think about things, that if we just had enough wisdom, we would know the answer. But the truth is that most of us don't have that kind of wisdom. Now, there's a couple things that I found interesting in this passage. One is mine is titled, Life is Complicated. You know, those little titles that they have in the Bible. In my version, it says, Life is Complicated right before this. And it's true, life is complicated. Life has a lot of moving parts throughout the day. My husband and I sit at the table every morning and say, what's on the plate for today? What do you got to do today? Because our lives are complicated. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. But in a lot of ways, life is also pretty simple. Life is simple in that we know what's important to us. We can choose to pay attention to things that are valuable, that have meaning for us. We don't have to pay attention to everything just because it's there, right? And I think often wisdom is the idea that we can discern the difference between the things that need our attention and the things that are just complications. Wisdom has little value in and of itself. Having wisdom doesn't do us any good if we don't know how to utilize it, don't know how to wield it. And the problem is that our emotions get in the way sometimes of our wisdom. And sometimes our knowledge gets in the way of wisdom and we know too much about something. And the truth is, wisdom is just the ability to distill things down to its simplest parts, to have clarity in that moment. And that can only be given to us through intentional prayer, through taking the time to sit, to contemplate with God. And you may not have time to sit in a corner with a cup of tea and a candle lit and contemplate life. You may not, be able to do that. You may not have an hour of meditation time in the morning. That's not really what it is. It's about just taking the time to be intentional. So what if when you take your kids to soccer practice, you spend 5 minutes sitting on the sideline, intentionally contemplating, intentionally listening for the voice of God and putting an issue out there? What if when you're driving in your car, you let your mind rumble and you consider, where is the voice of God in my life today? It doesn't have to be candles and tea and a cat on your lap. It can be found in so many different ways, but it's about seeking out that wisdom on purpose. It's about finding God's voice with intention, finding the space in your life and in your mind to let God speak and bring you wisdom. It's really about being still, about clarity of purpose, not about knowing everything. Wisdom is a gift that can be given to all of us if we take the time to nurture it and to find it. God bless.